Hi friends, welcome back to my channel Only Bio. Presenting up the important points from the chapter Animal Tissues, a chapter from 11th standard. And friends, this will help you for all the competitive exams like NEET, CET, KVPY, the Bio Olympiad. And this will also help the CBSE, ICSE as well as the IGCSE students. The terms or the points discussed here are derived from MCQs that have appeared in the various national or state level competitive exams. So the questions are formed from these terms or points either in similar or modified forms. These are beneficial as they will help you to master the important topics in limited span of time, frame expected questions, do effective revision, make your own synopsis. The more MCQs you solve, the better you understand, and hence I have already uploaded the MCQs and will keep doing so on every chapter. So do check with the playlist. Daily practice of few minutes with me on my channel on whichever topic you want to master out can help you to strengthen up your topic. So friends, let's begin with the important points from animal tissues from 41 to 60. Point number 41. Squamous epithelium is found lining the surfaces such as skin or alveoli in the lungs, enabling simple passive diffusion, as also found in the alveolar epithelium in the lungs. Specialized squamous epithelium also forms the lining of cavities such as in the blood vessels where it is termed as endothelium, and in the pericardium where it is termed as mesothelium, and in other body cavities. Point number 42. Cuboidal epithelial cells have a cube-like shape and appear square in the cross-section. The cell nucleus is large, spherical, and in the center of the cell. Point number 43. Cuboidal epithelium is commonly found in secretive tissues such as the exocrine glands, or in absorptive tissues such as the pancreas, the lining of the kidney tubules, as well as in the ducts of the glands. Point number 44. The germinal epithelium that covers the female ovary and the germinal epithelium that lines the walls of the seminiferous tubules and the testes are also of the cuboidal type. Next, cuboidal cells provide protection and may be active in pumping the material in or out of the lumen, or passive depending on their location and specialization. Next, simple cuboidal epithelium commonly differentiates to form the secretory and the duct portions of the glands. Point number 47. Stratified cuboidal epithelium protects the areas such as the ducts of the sweat glands, the mammary glands, and the salivary glands. Point number 48. Columnar epithelial cells are elongated and column-shaped and have a height of at least 4 times their width. Their nuclei are elongated and are usually located near the base of the cells. Next, columnar epithelium forms the lining of the stomach and intestines. The cells here may possess microvilli for maximizing the surface area for absorption, and these microvilli may form a brush border. Other cells may be ciliated to move the mucus in the function of the mucociliary clearance. Other ciliated cells are found in the fallopian tubes, the uterus, and the central canal of the spinal cord. Some columnar cells are specialized for sensory reception, such as in the nose, ears, and the taste buds. Point number 50. Hair cells in the inner ears have stereocilia, which are similar to the microvilli. Point number 51. Goblet cells are modified columnar cells and are found between the columnar epithelial cells of the duodenum. They secrete mucus, which acts as a lubricant. Point number 52. Single-layered non-ciliated columnar epithelium tends to indicate an absorptive function. Stratified columnar epithelium is rare but is found in lobar ducts in the salivary glands, the eye, the pharynx, and sex organs. This consists of a layer of cells resting on at least one other layer of epithelial cells, which can be squamous, cuboidal, or columnar. Next, in pseudostratified epithelium, The cells are simple columnar epithelial cells whose nuclei appear at different heights, giving the misleading impression that the epithelium is stratified. Hence the name pseudo. Pseudo means false when the cells are viewed in the cross section. Point number 54. The outermost layer of human skin is composed of dead, stratified, squamous, keratinized epithelial cells. Next, tissues that line inside of the mouth, the esophagus, the vagina, and part of the rectum are composed of non-keratinized stratified squamous epithelium. Next, the outer surface of the cornea is covered with fast-growing, easily regenerated epithelial cells. Next, in arthropods, the integument or external skin consists of a single layer of epithelial ectoderm from which arises the cuticle and outer covering of chitin, the rigidity of which varies as per its chemical composition. Point number 58. Epithelial tissues have a nerve supply but no blood supply and must be nourished by substances diffusing from the blood vessels in the underlying tissue. The basement membrane acts as a selectively permeable membrane that determines which substances will be able to enter the epithelium. Next, cell junctions are the contact points between plasma membrane and tissue cells. There are mainly 5 different types of cell junctions, namely tight junctions, adherence junctions, desmosomes, hemidesmosomes, and the gap junctions. Point number 60. The word epithelium uses the Greek roots epi, that is on or upon, and thele, that is nipple. Epithelium is so called because the name was originally used to describe the translucent covering of the small nipples of the tissue on the lip. Friends, I'm sure this series will help you. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and keep studying with me. Thank you.